Okay, so it's October 19th, 2011, and not that it really matters, but it's just after noontime, and I just wanted to take some video of what's going on here with the cable. Not really in the sense that they're fixing it, obviously, because the city broke the cable, but the fact that the driveway is being damaged because of the work that was done. It's the side of the road here, and I'll explain it, but you can see where the cable box is. It's strung across the driveway, so we've been driving over that to the cone, and then you see the cable, the orange tape going up the driveway to where the trees are. It travels all the way up to the top where the blue house in the middle of the screen is, but it also goes underneath the driveway, literally, to where those cones are at my neighbor's yard. So what happened was Jefferson Williams was here, and they, I guess, were contracted to do the digging and stuff, and they dug a hole right here where these cones are, and they put the hole hog, or the digger thing, underneath the driveway, and dug a big hole basically right here where these cones are, back away from the driveway, and went underneath. So with the hole hog, or whatever you want to call that digger thing, it goes underneath. So they went underneath the driveway and came out basically right here. So you can see from this angle, they came across the driveway, dug underneath, and basically popped out right around this area. And then they trenched along the driveway. You see all this soil. I mean, this used to be compacted, you know, basically like that down there, up on this side of the driveway. Tons of D1, and then, you know, obviously the dirt underneath there. But it's obviously been dug up, and you'll see once we get to the further up the driveway where the soil then changes back to where you can clearly see there's no digging occurred. But anyways, they dug along the driveway, and you can see where it's inundating. There was no compaction done after they filled it in, and so what I've got going on here, and I swept. There was a bunch of dirt that was kind of, when they filled it back in, put on the street, so I just swept it back off. But you can see, even when I'm walking on here, I'm sinking into this soft soil. But what's happened now is, as people drive up and down the driveway, if they don't stay on the driveway, or somebody parks over here, which happens, because now the side of the driveway, the integrity of the soil here has been compromised. I got hunks of asphalt, basically, that are breaking off. And you can see right here, I'll make a mark and then come back to it, but you can see right here where they, all of a sudden, it goes in a good 4 inches right there. All this is new breakage. Then it goes in another 4 inches. I mean, that's just a huge thing that wasn't like that, you know, before they started digging. I mean, this whole thing, you'll see up here what I'm talking about, was solid and filled in. So, I mean, you can see that chunk right there is probably, I should break out a measuring tape. I guess I'll have to do that. But anyway, you can see where basically the asphalt is being broken off when it's being driven on, and it continues up where they dug along here. You can see right in here again where it's broken off into the driveway, and then again there, and up here it's huge. I mean, it's broken in over a foot, and this is there's a huge hole here. I don't know if you can see how deep that thing is, but somebody drove, and you know, the ground is so unstable from being dug up and kind of just tossed in there that, you know, the thing sunk in 9 or 10 inches. And at the same time, it broke off about a 24 inch at least by 12 inch hunk of asphalt, you know, or maybe that was dug. Maybe that's maybe that was done by the machine or something. Because right here, then they dug underneath the driveway and went across to that hole. So maybe the machine hit that or something, and maybe there's a plan to fix it. I don't know, but my concern is that this is going to continue to now degrade. But if you'll see the driveway there, where the big hole is, and they basically stopped digging right in this area, and you can see where the ground changes. I mean, you see the dirt where it's dug up, and there's a clear delineation right there. There's a little piece of plastic, but then it's back to the way that the driveway used to be. And I mean, you can see this is completely solid compaction. I mean, this is, you know, this is a base for laying a driveway. It's, you know, rock and D1, and of course now it's got some dirt and grass growing in here, but there's nothing wrong with the driveway all the way up. And now this over here, I think, is also probably gonna, if something doesn't happen with this, that corner there is probably gonna be, as they come in and out of this driveway, is gonna break off as well, because that, I think that little slope there as it goes from the driveway into the hole is gonna, with the rains and stuff, it's gonna, you know, degrade. But yeah, you can see the change, you know, the driveway how it used to be, and a clear delineation where they started digging, and it goes down there, I don't know, probably 100 feet or so, to where the cones are, maybe a little more. But the cable, you can see, is in the ditch here, and I understand that, you know, they have to do this, but you know, they need to do it in a responsible manner so that there's not damage, continuing damage, or any damage to the driveway. That needs to be fixed. I'm not exactly sure how. I'll have to call a contractor and see what they're going to charge to fix it. But they've got this big hunk of whatever it is thrown in the ditch over here, I guess waiting for the job to be completed. This is Timberline Court, and the break you can see down here. They've got the other hunk of this thing coming down. There's through the tree there into the culvert, and then outside of the culvert underneath the driveway, and then down the driveway. So I'm just retracing back down the driveway. I mean, you can see the edge of the driveway. It's all solid base here. I mean, there's no soft ground along the driveway. I mean, it's the same as this side over here, all the way up. There's no soft ground over there. People park there. There's no chunking of the driveway. They park over here all the time. But in just a week's time, maybe 10 days because I was out of town, you can see where they've dug now. I mean, clear change in the ground. And this big hole, I think that's where they actually dug deep and underneath the driveway, and didn't compact it. And so now I have that's a huge chunk of driveway missing right there. Asphalt. I mean, you can see where the asphalt literally comes, I mean, basically out to that black mark. That's more than 12 inches there. And then it's eaten up all along here. And it kind of stops right here. That little mark right there. That's fine. And then it starts again, basically. I mean, you can see all I did right there was touch the driveway with my foot, and that chunk fell off. And that's exactly what's been happening here. That's a problem. It's a huge, expensive problem. Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. But I called Mo at the GCI call center for technical support, or some kind of server support, and he generated an email and said somebody would call me here on the Juneau end. So we'll see what happens. But this has got to get fixed.